ground has been paid for by the New World Order.
He called himself Hollywood Hogan for a reason, but it wasn't just about turning heel in the ring. Outside the squared circle, Hulk Hogan had another ambition: to conquer the silver screen. And while he never quite made it to Oscar night, what he did leave behind is something much stranger: an alternate career path paved with forgotten VHS tapes, bizarre cameos, and movies that feel like fever dreams. On July 24, 2025, the immortal Hulk Hogan passed away. For millions of fans, it was the end of an era, but even as Hogan is laid to rest, Hulkamania lives on in memes, in memories, and in every baffling VHS tape still clinging to life in a dusty thrift store bin. Because legends never truly die, they just keep flexing in the most unexpected places. These aren't the classics. These are the movies most people don't even know exist. Films where Hogan played everything from a delusional Santa Claus to a mind-controlled security guard to an actual god. This is the other side of Hulk Hogan's career, the one nobody talks about. Until now. Let's count down 7 Hulk Hogan movies you've probably never seen and won't believe are real. Santa with Muscles, 1996.
On November 8th, my brand new movie, Santa with Muscles, opens up, brother!
Yes, this is a real movie, and yes, Hulk Hogan stars as Santa Claus. Well, sort of. In Santa with Muscles, Hogan plays Blake Thorne, a selfish millionaire who gets amnesia during a police chase and becomes convinced that he's Santa. Instead of waking up in a hospital, he wakes up in full costume and immediately decides to save Christmas by defending an orphanage from a mad scientist who wants to steal the magical crystals hidden beneath it. You can't make this up. Hogan karate chops henchmen, delivers cringe-worthy one-liners, and somehow ends up teaching kids the meaning of generosity, all while dressed as Santa and throwing roundhouse kicks. Critics called it the worst holiday film ever made. And they were right. But that's what makes it unforgettable. It's a disaster piece that lives on in the minds of anyone brave enough to watch it. And it's the perfect place to start our journey through Hogan's Hollywood misadventures.
Anything less would be civilized.
Meanwhile, in real life, 1996 was also the year Hogan shocked wrestling fans everywhere by forming
The NWO!
at WCW.
Bash at the Beach.
The heel turn rocked the industry and rejuvenated his career, making Hogan the most hated man in wrestling overnight. It was a bold reinvention that allowed him to stay relevant in a rapidly changing wrestling landscape. For over a decade, Hogan had been the all-American hero in red and yellow, preaching prayers and vitamins. Now he was spray painting championship belts, mocking fans, and leading a movement that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. Merchandise sales exploded. Ratings skyrocketed. The Secret Agent Club, also released in 1996, this one flew under even more radars. The Secret Agent Club stars Hogan as Ray Chase, a gadget-wielding spy who hides his secret identity from his nerdy son. But when the kid accidentally gets involved in one of Dad's missions, he and his friends form a team of junior agents to save the day. It's part Spy Kids, part Saturday morning cartoon, and 100% peak 90s nonsense. Hogan wears oversized sunglasses, sneaks around with silly gadgets, and takes on a villainous arms dealer, played by Leslie Ann Down.
Explain this to me.
Virtual reality simulations, coupled with mind-altering drugs.
The tone is all over the place, sometimes trying to be funny, sometimes trying to be cool, and Hogan's performance is, well, committed. The film was released straight to video, barely advertised, and quickly forgotten. But if you grew up in the VHS era, there's a chance you caught it on a rental shelf and wondered what the heck it was doing next to Home Alone and Three Ninjas.
Never give up, son. We're not beat yet.
Meanwhile, in real life, Hogan was becoming WCW's top draw, headlining pay-per-views.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, takes on the NWO's Hollywood Hogan.
And cutting some of the most infamous promos of his career.
No, what I'm talking about is you don't wear our colors unless we
With
tell
the
you.
NWO angle, he went from red and yellow superhero to black-clad villain almost overnight. He relished the booze, feeding off fan hatred like fuel. By the end of 1996, The NWO was running roughshod over the company, turning WCW Monday Nitro into must-see television.
I want the whole world to see this.
Hogan was no longer the family-friendly icon. He was a walking controversy, unpredictable, aggressive, and louder than ever.
I'm the greatest in the sport, brother.
Assault on Devil's Island. By 1997, Hogan had pivoted from family comedies to full-on action.
I hate sharks.
In Assault on Devil's Island, he plays Mike McBride, the leader of a team of elite commandos sent to rescue hostages from a drug cartel's island compound. Think Die Hard meets Predator, only made for basic cable. This film aired on TNT and was intended to be the launchpad for Hogan's transition into serious action star territory. And while it features explosions, gunfights, and plenty of tough guy grunting, it's still unmistakably Hogan. Despite its low-budget charm and surprisingly decent supporting cast, including Carl Weathers, the movie never took off. But it did well enough to get a sequel. Meanwhile, in real life, he was feuding with Sting.
Hollywood Hogan is wrestling, and I made wrestling what it is today.
Dominating Nitro ratings and redefining what it meant to be a wrestling anti-hero. McKenzies Island, 1998. Now we're entering the truly forgotten zone. McKenzies Island was released in 1998 directly to VHS and featured Hogan as a laid-back treasure hunter named Joe McKenzie. He wears Hawaiian shirts, befriends a talking parrot, and solves ancient riddles while battling bumbling pirates on a tropical island. This movie feels like it was written by someone who saw Indiana Jones, Gilligan's Island, and a couple of old Scooby-Doo cartoons, then decided to combine them all into one movie starring Hulk Hogan.
To the handcuffs, please. Thanks.
It's part adventure, part comedy, and completely unwatchable unless you're already a fan of weird forgotten films. It's also one of the few times Hogan plays a character who isn't constantly flexing or fighting. Here, he's more laid back, more comedic, and weirdly chill for a guy trying to outsmart ancient booby traps and pirate captains. It's worth seeking out, if only to say you've seen it. Meanwhile, in real life.
I generally don't like coming to South Dakota. You people making it an exception. When I see the kind of love that is in this house for this man, I gotta tell you, I love it.
WCW was beginning to decline.
The whole wrestling world's in a whole hell of a lot of trouble now, brother.
But Hogan was still front and center. Shadow Warriors, 1999. This is the sequel to Assault on Devil's Island, and it's even more ridiculous.
I'm sorry, what?
Hogan reprises his role as Mike McBride, this time leading his team against a rogue arms dealer with a plan to unleash biological weapons on American soil. The movie ramps up the action. More explosions, more fights, more slow-motion gun battles, and somehow still manages to feel cheaper than the first.
Think we let you have all the fun?
It aired on TNT like its predecessor, but by this point, audiences had mostly moved on. Still, there's something oddly charming about watching Hogan try to deliver dramatic military dialogue while still looking like he just walked off a WCW Nitro set. If you've ever wondered what the A-Team would look like if it was directed by someone who only watched pro wrestling promos, this one's for you. Meanwhile, in real life, 1999 saw the beginning of the end for WCW. Hogan was losing steam, fans were turning on the NWO gimmick, and WWE was gaining ground fast with stars like Stone Cold and The Rock. Muppets from Space, 1999. Yes, really. Hulk Hogan appears in Muppets from Space, a mind-controlled security guard dressed in his Hollywood Hogan persona.
What you gonna do? I'm a bad guy now.
He's working for a secret government agency and briefly antagonizes the Muppets before snapping out of it. It's jarring, hilarious, and weirdly perfect for the chaotic energy of the film.
Yes, Hercules, it is I.
Lord Zeus.
Little Hercules, 2009.
Would I not make a better god if I spend some time being human?
No, absolutely not. I forbid it.
And finally, we come to Little Hercules. Released in 2009, this film sees Hogan play Zeus. Yes, the king of the gods.
It's amazing. These mortals have invented invisible fire.
In a bizarre story where young Hercules travels to modern-day America and learns about Earth life while competing in school sports. Hogan speaks in dramatic proclamations and tries very hard to act like a mythological deity. The movie, meanwhile, is a baffling mashup of low-budget CGI, moral lessons, and awkward humor. Little Hercules got made, got released, and now floats around streaming services like a forgotten relic of a weirder time.
Another subtle entrance.
I guess I'm ready to go home, Father.
Only for a short time. Olympus is for the gods, not puny mortals.
Yo, Hogan, go!
Meanwhile, in real life, Hogan had transitioned to reality TV. His reality show painted him as a stern father figure, trying to keep his daughter Brooke's music career on track while managing his crumbling marriage.
And I watched the wrestling, it was so fake.
You use the word fake at my house again, you'll never come back in this house again. Do you understand that?
Hulk Hogan didn't just want to be a wrestling icon. He wanted to be a movie star. But Hollywood never quite knew what to do with him. Too big for subtlety, too goofy for action.
Going up? Let me give you a hand.
And too over the top for drama. Hogan's filmography became a strange collection of oddities that don't fit anywhere else. And that's what makes them fascinating. Hulk Hogan carved out his own bizarre cinematic universe. After all this, let me present my favorite moment from the immortal Hulk Hogan's Hollywood experiment.
You have gremlins in the projection booth. Could you help us? Gremlins? In this theater?